Good evening to all educators. Today I stand before you to argue for the proposition that Indonesian environmental activists should significantly aim for positions in the government as opposed to in corporations. I will begin by stating what went wrong on the half of the opening debate. So the problem with the opening debates, firstly, the OG's problems, though they mentioned about the direct influence of their policies, but they forgot about the curative policies, and also they only focus on why governments can bring change. As for the opening oppositions, keep saying that the governments has a bad influence on corporations as well. So here I'm going to go for next about my stance. Our stance is that Indonesian environmental activists should significantly aim for positions in the government, such as regional heads, job in ministries, legislatures, and etc., as opposed to in corporations such as shareholders, upper management, consultants, etc. We believe that this approach will lead to more effective environmental policies and a healthier planet for future generations. To be better than the opening, we will provide clear arguments and evidence to support our stance. We will explain how the government balance out the short-term and long-term interests, and as well as the benefit of why of how the the significant position in government brings benefit, and also how does making political party gives benefits. So next, I would like to rebut the opposition's arguments that the environmental activists should prioritize positions in corporations over the government. We will argue that corporations often prioritize profits over the environment, and that government's position offers more balancing on the short-term and long-term interests, as well and we also will address that the potential sacrifices and discuss the strategies to overcome these challenges. Another potential rebuttal could be that there is a trade-off between the two models, and that corporate model allows for a more balanced approach to environmental concerns and economic growth. And I would argue that the government model does not necessarily sacrifice economic growth for environmental concerns. Instead, it provides a more balanced approach by allowing for the creation of laws and regulations that encourage sustainable economic growth while also protecting the environment. First, I would like to consider the status quo currently, that the Indonesian environmental activists are predominantly found in corporations where they hold positions such as shareholders, upper management, and consultants. While this is not necessarily a problem, it does raise concerns about the potential for conflicts of interest and the limited impact these activists can have on environmental policy. The problem identification lies in the fact that environmental activists in corporations may not have the same level of influence and power to affect change as those in government positions. Additionally, corporations may prioritize profit over environmental concerns, leading to a lack of alignment between the goals of the activists and the organization they work for. Now, let us address the burden of proof. My opponents may argue that environmental activists in corporations can still have a significant impact on environmental policy, even if they do not hold positions of power within the organization. However, I would counter that the government model provides a more direct and significant impact on environmental policy, as government positions allowed for the creation and enforcement of laws and regulations that corporations must adhere to. I would like to go for my arguments first about the balancing short-term and long-term interests. Corporations often prioritize profits over the environment, which can lead to short-term solutions that may not sustainable in the long run. This is where the government can play a crucial role in balancing short-term and long-term interests. Government officials have the authority to formulate regulations and allocate state resources to address environmental challenges. They hold strategic positions within Indonesia's environmental management system and have the potential to initiate systemic changes necessary for environmental management. By having activists in government positions, we can ensure that environmental considerations are at the forefront of decision-making process. For example, a government officials can introduce regulations that require corporations to implement sustainable practices such as reducing carbon emissions or using renewable energy sources. They can also allocate resources to research and development of green technologies, which can lead to long-term solutions for environmental challenges. While it's true that government and positions offers more direct influence on environmental policy, corporations can also contribute to environmental protection through their operations investments. For example, corporations can invest in green technologies, support research and development, and implement sustainable practices within their operations. This balance is crucial as both government and corporations play essential roles in addressing environmental challenges. Furthermore, my opponents may argue that there is trade-off between two models, like I've mentioned, that the corporate model allows for a more balanced approach to environmental concerns and economic growth. However, I would argue that the government model does not necessarily sacrifice economic growth for environmental concerns. Instead, it provides a more balanced approach by allowing for the creation of laws and regulations that encourage sustainable economic growth while also protecting the environment. And my second argument, I would like to rebut first what the opponents have said about the government is term-based 5 years considerations. So first, I would like to rebut about the validity of observation. Second, political pressures. Third, policy instability. Fourth, lack of incentive of long-term planning. And then I would like to talk about the collectivizing the political parties. So first it was about the diverse perspective, and second about the legitimacy and accountability. Third is about the innovation and creativity. Overall, the collectivizing political party can lead to more inclusive, democratic, and effective political organizations that are better equipped to address the diverse needs and challenges of society. And that will be all for me. Thank you.